I've now got the CR-10 moved into a printer room, and I've completed the assembly, and I've made certain that all the bolts, that includes the frame bolts, were tight. I've gone over the entire printer itself, and I've also checked with a Phillips head screwdriver to make certain everything's nice and snug, as they say. I did find 2 bolts a little bit loose, but not bad. They would have been fine, but I'm a little bit of a nutter when it comes to things like this. I like everything spot on, so I've given them a little bit of tension. Now, in the previous videos, I've always glazed over very rapidly the electronics. It's fairly simple because you can't really make a mistake with fitting these things. I'll just give you an idea. There you go. You can see that one there. That's off the actual nozzle, and I'll move the other one back here. I might zoom in a little bit for you. So you can see they've got totally different pinouts. So on the back of the power supply, which I'll turn around, and I'll actually disconnect. I'll put that there. On the back of the power supply, you can see, again, you really can't make a mistake with those pinouts. So we will, right this moment, connect them up. Yeah, I've just moved the camera around a little bit so it's a bit easier to see. And where are we? That one goes down. Oh, that's the top one. And you've got, or I should say, you've actually got a little location lug in it, so a little slot that's taken out, so you can't, again, make any mistake. And as you can see, that went in nice and easy. The other one, same sort of thing. 4 pins. You've got a little notch there which goes to the top of the actual power supply, so you just line it up, put it in, spin it in, and that is done. So pretty easy, don't have a drama. Now I'll just move this again around a little bit. We've got things everywhere. Now the leads themselves have all, every one of them is labelled. They've got this nice little yellowy, plasticky, yellow-orangey plastic on them with the letters, so you can actually see what goes where. I'll zoom in a little bit for you on that one. Good work. Come on, focus. Don't you love it when things don't? There we go. You can see that's an X, so that goes to the X-axis. So it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, but I will show you exactly where they go on the printer this time round, so there's no mistaking. Now there are 3 power cables coming off the actual power supply itself. They're all nicely labelled. Now I'm selecting the Y-axis at the moment. If you can see that, that's the Y-axis. Y-axis is the back motors. So you've got one that goes to the end stop, which is here. That's the smaller of the 2 little connectors. The other one goes to the stepper motor, and again you can see there's a difference in the size of the actual plugs, so you really can't make a mistake with them either. So there you go, there's the Y-axis connected to the little end stop, and the larger power supply one to the stepper motor. As you can see, they fit in there quite nicely. Now we'll go to the next location. We're now going to do the Z-axis connectors next. Now they're on the left hand side of the printer, looking at it from the front. Now pretty simple again, 2 different size plugs. Where are we? That one goes in that way. And you just push it in like that. So very simple. Now the other one goes to the end stop, which is this one, the loose one. Now I haven't put the end stop in position simply because it's a pain in the tail trying to connect this with that already connected, so I find it a lot easier to simply connect it to the end stop itself while it's not connected. And we've got the 2 connected at the moment. I've got the end stop connected, I've got the stepper motor connected. I'm now going to position it and tighten up the T-bolts, so I'll do that now. I'll reposition the camera. Okay, we've got the end stop now in position. Make certain that it's got the switch on the top, otherwise it won't work. That's basically all you need to do there. Now I'm going to do the next axis, which is the, strangely enough, the last one left, which is X. There we go, there we are, X. And there's 3 cables on this particular one. So we've got, I'll just zoom back out. Now we're up to the next bit. Now this cable has got 3 connectors. One has got the letter E, which is the extruder, which is that bit there, nice and easy to fit. The other one, we've got 2. One again goes to the stepper motor, which is the powers up underneath, which I'll get to in a second. And the other one is the little end stop, which is hidden in there. You can just make it out. See if I can zoom in a little bit to give you an idea. You can just see the end of it right in here. That's the end stop in there. So the small one will plug into that area in there. So I've got to do this offline. I have to do this out of view, so to speak, because the camera's smack in the middle of where I need to stand so I can connect it correctly. I've now got the plugs connected. So on this one here, hopefully we can see, that's the letter E. So the E goes to the extruder, which was this one. The other ones go to the stepper motor and to the little end stop, which is in there. I've just taken the camera off the tripod, so you can see the X axis here going to the stepper motor. The other X goes into the little end stop, which is in here, and E goes to extruder, which is this one here. These are all located on the left hand side of the printer when you're looking at it. And again, you really can't make a mistake plugging them in. Now this little sticker here is there for a reason. It's telling you to make certain that the little switch which is inside this little cutout is selected to your country's power supply. I'm in Australia, so I've got this set to 240 volts or 220 on the actual device here. Now we're almost done. You have to connect the bowden tube, which is this little bit here, into the extruder. You just push that little bit in, make certain she's snug, which that one is, doesn't pull out, and that's about it. Now I haven't levelled the bed at the moment. I'll be doing that in a few seconds, but you can see this is loose as all heck, but we worry about that later. Right this moment I want to power up and see what happens, make certain everything is looking half decent. And here we go, powering on for the first time. I've still got the protective film over. I suppose I could take that off. There we go. And looking good so far. Excellent. Okay, well I'll get into the next bit, which is obviously testing things and getting the bed level. I might do that next, I think.